So one of Twitch's most controversial gooners, aka Lacari, has returned to streaming. This is of course following a pretty controversial situation where he ended up leaking a notepad on his computer that had what you would say links and titles to quite disturbing content, almost illegal content. Some people argued that, these titles were just kind of clickbaity. They didn't really lead to anything. Some people argued, they were just really sketchy names for some pretty, normal, not safe for work content and whatnot. And Lacari has returned to Twitch with a forensic report that pretty much clears his gooning allegations, or at least the illegal gooning allegations, and we'll just get into it.
So I want to start off by saying the way I handled that situation in January was terrible. I ended up showing you guys a link that suggested some pretty questionable content, and you were all definitely right to be concerned about that. I should have taken the situation seriously, but in the moment, I panicked. I ended up making a bunch of stupid excuses and downplaying the situation.
And I think it's smart for Lacari to take accountability, apologize for the way he handled the situation. A lot of people would have argued that the way he did this, like when he ended up leaking the notepad, instead of just like ending his stream and being like, oh crap, like going into like damage control mode, he just kept streaming and he just kept digging himself into a deeper hole, which in essence makes this entire video seem really weird to me, because what we're going to see with the forensic report is there is something that says no content was found in a recoverable location, right? Combine that with like the wording of like what happened with this exact stream and how Lacari was talking about how like he deleted everything and he used like some virus cleaner thing, blah, 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 makes me question, was there other content that was long deleted, right? And then months pass. Of course, this happened in January. It's now freaking June. Months have passed. This content cannot be found in a recoverable location, but was it there, right? It's very weird how it's worded.
I was torrenting a 2D game and the text documents came in a zip file alongside the game. Inside the link was malware, scams used to steal credit card information, and graphic videos ripped from Pornhub.
Now, this is another claim that Lacari makes. It seems like this was a written or rehearsed line that he was going to say. Like his whole response was that, he downloaded some 2D adult not safe for work game. He torrented it, by the way, which torrenting is when you essentially are downloading the game from someone else's hard drive and like spreading it, right? Torrenting is like a whole complicated thing. I'm not a computer person, right? Basically, you're downloading pieces of it while also uploading it to other people so that you guys can like transfer it around and whatnot. This is good for something like large video games, right? Like if a new game comes out and people are going to pirate the game and whatnot, you'll probably torrent it because the game is like 50, 60, 70 gigabytes, right? Same thing with movies. If you want to download like a 4K movie, it's probably going to be like 21 gigabytes. You probably would not be torrenting a 2D adult game, unless, of course, this 2D adult game is probably not available on like public websites, which there are plenty. Again, I don't find anything wrong with like gooning to adult content. Sure, it should be your own private matters and whatnot, but there are plenty of sites out there that are of course legal and on the clear web where you can find adult games. You can find adult images. You can even find, the type of anime stuff that Lacari is apparently into. But where I think it's a little sketchy is how he also has expressed interest in lollipop content. And now he's, downloading these games from torrents, which again are not the usual way you would download like a small 2D game.
Do you like lollies?
Yes. Oh no! But not like that.
Well, also these torrents have malware on them. Mind you, Lacari ran a virus scanner and it found no malware, it found no virus. Now all of a sudden he's found a virus, and it also included a notepad that included links to adult content. that doesn't seem like malware, right? Like that's like a bonus. It's like, oh, you downloaded your 2D game and here's like some free adult videos, right? Like something is not really adding up to me.
I submitted all of my hardware to Exhibit A Computer Forensics for a full independent investigation. As you can see, the report is on the screen now. The key finding is that no illegal material was found on any of my devices. If you guys want access to the report and the FAQ that comes along with it, you can type !forensics in the chat.
All right, so I wanted to go ahead and take a look at this with you guys because, of course, Lacari is going to like present it how he wants to. This is the forensic report. Lacari says he submitted all of his hardware, which you can see here is not true. It shows here he submitted the Starforge Freerun, which I'm going to guess is like the one PC. One Starforge Freerun gaming PC. Mind you, Lacari is a very wealthy streamer with probably multiple computers, multiple hard drive, SSDs, external drives, flash drives, whatever the case may be. He only submitted this one PC on April 10th, which is 3 months after the incident, right? 3 months after the incident, he submitted his PC that was involved in this incident that occurred on January 22nd, 2026. And they did all of these tests: full physical forensic images, memory related files, volume shadow copies, system volume information, browser cache and download artifacts, application execution artifacts, unallocated space, file select and carved data, and over 250,000 images that were manually reviewed. And the conclusion is that no evidence of the alleged disturbing content was present in any recoverable location, which again, it's just really weird the way that is worded. Recoverable, as if like there could be stuff out there or like on his computer or hidden. It just can't be recovered. We weren't able to recover it, right? I don't know much about computer forensics, right? I'm not going to pretend that I do, but I do feel as though this report is hiding a lot of information. Again, the fact that only one PC was submitted 3 months after this occurred. I'm not saying that this man had like some illegal, horrific, criminal content and he was able to trick this company. But all we know is that this computer that was submitted to this company, there was nothing on it that was illegal or matched the type of content that was leaked with that notepad.
Beyond the incident itself, I also had personal problems I needed to address. A lot of stress and anxiety. I had trouble sleeping, and I was using my addiction to try to cope with that all. I completed a 30-day outpatient program, and I've been seeing a therapist consistently for the past 6 months. I genuinely want to be better and do better. I'm working really hard to build healthier routines.
This is another thing Lacari does, and something he even did when this originally happened, is he tries to just kind of boil it down to like, he has an addiction to not safe for work content, of the anime genre. I do not think anyone cares. Yes, it's possible, and people do have addictions to adult content like this, right? Again, the main focus had to do with the links that were on that freaking notepad that he copy and pasted, right? People like Chud Logic and people like other, YouTube, creators did some investigations on some of this stuff, and a lot of the things he was saying didn't really add up. And this is supposed to be just like the end all be all. And it very well could be. Again, I don't want to hope that Lacari is like this horrible, evil person, but I do think there are a lot of things just kind of being thrown out there that do not help the situation. To me, I just have more questions for it, which I feel like a lot of people will have more questions the more that he shows people. Again, he only showed one PC that didn't really include any reference to hard drives or any type of other like removable devices or drives he may have. Even the conclusion of the forensic file did say that nothing was found on any recoverable devices, right? He's expressed interest in like lollipop content. He's talked about how, the type of stuff he consumes may not be legal where he's from.
43K? And that's if they think it's like...
Oh my fucking god. Bro, it's not worth it. Just fucking delete my hard drive.
Right? And he was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to like delete my hard drive and all this other stuff, right? There are just a lot of questions that don't really have answers. And Lacari just kind of made a little video that's I'm safe, guys. Trust me, I'm getting therapy for my completely legal adult content. But don't worry, you know, we did the forensic analysis, we found everything, and I don't know. I'm not content, but what can I do, right? I do want to know what you guys think down below. The video is like all over Twitter if you want to hear Lacari's full like response and everything without my commentary over it. But as always, I appreciate you watching. Peace out.